What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today, I'm finally able to make the video that you guys have been asking for a long time. And some of you got downright mad at me that I would not tell you specifically who the person or people were that were involved with getting me turned in to the EPA and to the State of Oklahoma Used Motor Vehicle Commission. Well, I couldn't talk about it for a while because there was an investigation going on and I needed to wait for that investigation to be concluded before I could make a video talking about who, what, when, why, where, how, because I didn't have all of the facts at that point. I've got them now, and I guess I'm just going to come right out and say we thought that originally, according to the state of Oklahoma, I was told that Copart actually turned me in, and I couldn't believe it. My heart sank. I felt like I'd been stabbed in the back. I've been working with Copart for like 10 years. And then to be told by the investigators for the state of Oklahoma that Copart management locally, right here in my city, called them up and handed over all kinds of information about me, damning information, evidence against me, to get me in trouble. I couldn't understand it. I mean, this is the problem that I had with the story the whole time, is I couldn't understand it. But I couldn't argue it either because the state showed me the paperwork. They had all my documents. So obviously Copart gave them to them, right? Yes, they did. But the story isn't exactly the way it was told to me. So immediately after leaving this meeting, this investigation, I called my contact at Copart. He's a vice president. And I told him what happened, and he was on vacation in Las Vegas. He couldn't believe it. So as soon as I heard his reaction, I knew immediately this had nothing to do with corporate. Corporate didn't do this, which meant it was somebody locally that had a grudge against me. They must have not liked something I was doing or something I said, and they did it without corporate's authorization. So when I told him all this, he couldn't believe it. He said, listen, he said, I'm on vacation. He said, but I'm going to stop everything right here. He said, I'm going to put together a team of people that are going to investigate this. And I'm going to get to the bottom of it. And when I do, I'm going to call you back and I'm going to tell you exactly what I found, because we did not co-sign this. If this really happened this way, this was some individual. This was not Copart Corporate. Well, I got the call and they actually interviewed people down at Copart here in Oklahoma City. They went and interviewed management, people that were working. They interviewed them and they reviewed cameras. And let me tell you what they found out is that I was lied to. So I owe Copart a huge apology for believing that it was them. I really should have known better, but I didn't see any reason why anybody else would lie to me. I mean, what's the point in lying? Why would you intentionally tell me something that wasn't true and mess up a partnership that I have with a company that I've been working with since the beginning of this channel? Well, to this day, I still don't have an answer to that. It's really it's a pretty crappy thing to do. But anyway, you know, maybe I wasn't lied to. Maybe somebody just got their wires crossed, right? Maybe somebody thought that they turned them in, when in reality, what Copart told me is that the investigators from the state of Oklahoma actually walked into the Copart location and insisted that they hand over any documentation relating to me and my dealership. So that's what happened. Copart, thank you for doing a bang-up job in investigating this. Not just investigating it, but investigating it quickly, especially while you're on vacation, putting a team together to actually go through and do all this. That's honestly pretty damn impressive. I love Copart. I always have. This whole channel started because of, number one, Sam Crack. He motivated me by watching him do what he was doing. It motivated me to do the same thing. Well, not the same thing, but to do something similar. And then Copart, I've gotten most of my vehicles from Copart over all these years, and the Copart walkarounds that I've done, they have been an integral part of my success in growing this channel. So I'm happy to say Copart and I have no beef. There's no issues. We've talked it all out, and they didn't do anything to me. So I feel really bad that I even said something to begin with. I probably should have just kept my mouth shut. So now that we got that out of the way, who is it exactly that turned me in? What's the name? Because you guys got really upset that I wouldn't give you the name. And, you know, thinking about it now, I don't know why I wouldn't give you the name. I really didn't want to blast anybody. Whoever did it, did it. It's over with. I'm going to have to deal with the consequences, and we're moving on. But I figure since I'm making this update video, I might as well just go ahead and tell you who did it. So there is one person that's directly involved and responsible for making these complaints. His name is Shawn Rose. And, you know, him and I'll give you the story, the background, so you can understand why we have beef, or had beef. The guy basically, okay, anyway, let me just start from the beginning. Several years ago, Shawn Rose had a channel. I think it was called Easter World, ESORWORLD, Easter World. He was doing walk-around videos at Copart and IAA with TK, Thomas Kelly. There's some other aliases out there, but TK from TK's Garage. No big deal. At that time, TK and I were friends. I didn't know Shawn Rose, so I had no problem with him at all. Didn't bother me. He was doing Copart walkarounds or anything. I don't care. Lots of people do them. Doesn't bother me. It's YouTube, guys. It's an entire planet full of people that can watch the few of us that go out there and do the videos. It doesn't bother me at all. Competition's good. Well, what ended up happening is I have a contact at Copart. I will not put her name out there out of respect for her privacy, but she had, at the time, been a huge help to me in getting things rolling and actually saving my channel from being banned from Copart. I did something at one point Copart did not like, and she actually convinced corporate that, you know, I would not make that mistake again. And I never have. I learned my lesson. I want to thank her. She probably won't see the video, but she was a great asset to me, and she's a great asset to Copart. And I just liked her. She was a really nice person. Well, at one point, apparently, Shawn Rose from Easter World ended up in some beef with Copart. I don't know what the beef was. I don't remember. This has been years ago. What I do remember is that he came out and he said something about this woman, something really nasty. Basically, and I'm being very kind saying it this way, he basically said that he had slept with her. He also claimed that TK from TK's Garage had slept with her too, and that basically she was you can fill in the blank, okay? Now listen, I'm not involved with any of their personal lives, including hers. I have no idea what they're doing in their personal time, but I feel like I can say with a lot of confidence, she did not sleep with either of those people, okay? I'm certain that never happened. And the worst part is you're saying these things on video on YouTube for the world to see. This lady has a husband. This lady also has children that are in school, I think. Like I said, it's been so long ago, I don't remember. But I remember when I saw the nasty things that he was saying about her over some beef that he was having with Copart, I was like, why make it personal like that? You know, why dig into someone personally like that, especially when you know it's not true? You know it's not true. You know you didn't sleep with her. And you know TK didn't sleep with her. Okay, we all know this. So why drag her name into the mud like that? Why get so personal and try to tarnish her reputation? Imagine if her husband was at work one day, you know, and somebody, a coworker, saw it and said, hey George, I don't know his name, but hey George, I think this guy's talking about your wife. He's saying that they had a big party with her. You guys get what I'm saying? They had a big party with her. Man, imagine the trouble that could cause. Imagine the humiliation, the embarrassment for her, for the husband, for the kids, if they found that on their phone or on a tablet or on a computer. They just came across the video. This guy's talking about their mother. Truly disgusting. It's truly disgusting. And I try really hard to not make other people's problems my own. But there are times where I am compelled to say something. And this was a case where I saw that I felt like a friend of mine was being attacked by some guy that I don't know who this guy is. He had a really small channel. And I was like, no, to hell with that. I'm going to step up to bat and defend her. So I came out and I think I said something in a video. I didn't go crazy on it or anything. But the main thing that I did that apparently created this entire rift between us was I turned that video over to Copart. I sent it over to corporate office, and I did so, and I still stand by what I did. He was going out to Copart and making videos, and I assume he was making money off of the Copart videos. How can, like, wrap your brain around this for a minute. How are you going to go out to a Copart yard, make money walking around videoing their inventory, coming home, and then making videos talking trash about the same company that's allowing you to go out there and make free money? Doing walkarounds is easy. Don't get me wrong, it's hot and it's cold and you can get wet, but overall, like, this is an easy job, going out and walking around cars. They're free. It costs you no money. It's free content. And then you want to go out there and start talking trash about them, saying that they screwed you, they scammed you, they ripped you off, and then you go so far as to drag this woman who had nothing to do with what you're saying she had things to do with. You know, it didn't even happen, and you're saying things like this. It made me so fucking angry. I mean, my blood was boiling because I really felt like this person was attacking this woman that had been nothing but nice to me, and not just attacking her, it's her family that you're getting involved to. It pissed me off. So I sent his videos over to Copart and directly to her. And if I remember correctly, it's been a long time, but this ended up with some kind of cease and desist, and I think there may have been a lawsuit involved. I don't really remember the details of all of that, but ultimately, when this was all done, his channel got taken down. Now, this is where things get a little confusing, and this is where I want to be real careful about what I say, not because I'm afraid of saying it, but because the last thing I want right now is to accuse somebody of something that they may not have actually had anything to do with, okay? All I can tell you is what I was told. I don't know this to be a fact, but apparently World, Shawn Rose, got his channel taken down. I had nothing to do with it. The one thing I did not do is I did not turn his channel in or his videos in to try to get him shut down on YouTube. And even if I had of, it generally doesn't work that way. You can't just send a couple videos and report a couple videos to YouTube and suddenly they take the whole channel down. It doesn't work that way. However, there is a mutual, well, not anymore, but at the time, a mutual friend of ours was notoriously good at getting YouTube channels taken down. That is TK's Garage. He bragged about it. He's done it and publicly bragged about the whole thing. I didn't know anything about this because TK and him were friends. Him and I were not friends. After he did what he did, I did not like this World guy at all. Well, this is Easter's story. He sent me several emails, and he sent me some text and some things to kind of back up what he was saying. But at the same time, it's really easy to make stuff up these days. You know, it's so I don't want to say too much that may not be correct, but I will tell you what his story to me was. That was TK, for whatever reason, and this is the part I still don't understand. TK and I were friends back then, but apparently Easter believes that TK's Garage took down his channel somehow. He thought it was me, but now he thinks it was TK. He claims that TK has been manipulating him and me this entire time. Is it possible? Anything's possible. Is it true? I don't know. I can't validate this. Okay. What I can say though is that according to him, for years and years, TK has been telling him that I have been saying stuff about him that I never said. Apparently, TK claimed that I was a racist. That's wild, considering anybody that's been on my channel for any length of time. You guys have met my brother, Alizé. Right? You remember Alizé? Yeah, guess what? He's black, African American. Guess what? My stepmom, the woman my dad was married to for like 13 or 14 years. Guess what, guys? She's also African American. Boy, let me tell you, if I'm a racist, oh man, that had to be wild, and it had to be really difficult for me to deal with having an entire family now that was African American. But nobody knew that I was a racist until recently. That's crazy. You know why it's crazy? Because it's not true. It's not true. Never in a day in my life have I ever had a racist bone in my body. So let's move past that. Well, this Easter world, Shawn Rose, is I don't know for sure that he's homosexual, but I know that he does like guys. He's with a guy, and I think he's planning on marrying this guy. Great. More power to you. I don't have a problem with it. Well, apparently, TK, again, allegedly told him that I was a homophobe, that I just absolutely hate and despise anybody that's gay. That's funny. If he said that, nothing could be further from the truth. I don't really like going back in time to my childhood and reliving some of the things that I went through or did. But I'm going to tell you this. I went to JobCore when I was homeless as a teenager. I lived on the streets a lot as a teenager. And I went to JobCore. And when I did, I got placed. You are put into bunks and dorms. It was Guthrie JobCore up in Guthrie, Oklahoma. You don't get to choose who you bunk with. Well, it just so happened I got placed in a dorm room with 3 other men. It's men and women's dorms, obviously, but these 3 gentlemen were gay. How you think I walked in there and puffed up my chest and said, "Yeah, I don't like..." No. Never had a problem with gay people. Never. In fact, I have found, in my experience, the majority of the gay people that I have come across, gays and lesbians, what have you, they've actually been some of the nicest, kindest, most understanding people I have ever met. In fact, I have family. I don't want to put their business out there, but I have family, direct family, that is part of the LGBTQ club there. So no. And again, because you don't know about who I am, you don't know the specifics about my past, you don't realize that I have people that are African American that will come to bat for me, that would come out on camera if necessary and say, "This man has never been racist in the entire time I've known him." I have people that are gay, lesbian, and straight that would all be happy to come out on camera and tell the world that I have never been a homophobe in my entire life. So saying these things is, if they were really said, absolutely disgusting to say such things about me, things that have never been true. So there was a gay pride march in JobCore. This is in 1997, I think, 96, 97. I was 16, 17 years old. There was this, back then, I don't think it was called like a gay pride march. It was just it was a march in support of gay people. And I decided to contribute. I went out, and let me tell you something, that was not a popular thing to do. It was not something that made you popular in a good way, and it was something that, in fact, was quite dangerous, because that type of stuff, especially in an environment like JobCore, a federal program like that was not cool at the time. You know what I mean? And I did it anyway because I supported my friends. Those people in that dorm were my friends. We got through JobCore together, and it was hard times, but we did it together, and they were some of the nicest people I ever met. Now, I could go on with stories like that. I have a lifetime full of stories, guys. Everybody thinks I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. I had a hell of a life. Some have had it worse, some have had it better, but I've had a pretty rough life, especially during my childhood years. And to say these things about me that are absolutely not true, disgusting. But again, these are just the words from Shawn Rose. This is what he told me was told to him from TK's garage. Apparently, according to Shawn, TK also told him that I was jealous of him because he had the freedom to travel all over the country. He was traveling, he was doing like a nomad lifestyle or whatever, overlanding, that kind of stuff. And TK told him I was totally jealous of him and his lifestyle. And I'm just like, why would I be jealous? I have now and have had all these years, I've had everything I've ever wanted. Everything. I've got a successful business that I run. I love what I do. I love making these videos for you guys. This is literally a dream come true, okay? As far as being free to travel, I travel whenever I want. My schedule here is, there is no schedule. I do what I want. I go when I want. I make videos when I want. If I want to make videos in California, I can go to California. I can call up Mike and say, "Hey, let's fly up to Cali, man. Or let's go to Florida. Let's take a power tour road trip." What are you talking about? Jealous of the freedom. I have as much freedom as I think any person can have in this country. And as far as like who I'm with a woman that I love, literally the love of my life. I've been with her for years and years. I've helped her raise Nicholas. He's almost a grown man, making excellent grades in school, going off to the military. I am so proud. He's in football right now. I could not ask for more out of this life than I have. There is not a single person in this world that I am jealous of. Nobody. I wouldn't trade my life with anybody else. I don't care if you're a multi-billionaire, you're a world leader. I don't care. I don't want it. I don't want it. I love my life. So that was absolutely not true as well. So with all those things said, apparently, allegedly said to Shawn Rose, he got mad. And from that point on, he thought I took down his channel because of all these things that he was told by TK. And because I took down his channel, which I did not do, and I had no part or no knowledge, nothing to do with his channel being taken down, because of that and all the other things that he was told, he decided to come after me. And there you go. That's where we are today. It took all of that, and he came after me. And coming after me, let me tell you specifically what he did. He tried to take my business name. I told you this in the previous video, but I want to just recap everything so we're all on the same page here. He tried to trademark Auto Auction Rebuilds, and I had not done that yet because you don't really need to. You probably should, but you don't need to trademark your business. It's not necessary, because if you've been using your business name, in my case, Auto Auction Rebuilds, for a long time, and you can prove, which I can, that you've been using that business name. I have an LLC for Auto Auction Rebuilds. I've got a lot of stuff associated with Auto Auction Rebuilds. Okay, so I can prove on paper this name goes way back. So if you try to take the name and then I show, hey, wait a minute, no, I've had this name. I mean, there's still a chance they could win, but chances are pretty good they're not going to get the name. But his goal was to take the trade name away from me and shut my channel down. This man was so upset about things that he didn't even know was true. Just things he was apparently told about me. He was so upset about it, he decided to try to take my entire way of living down. He tried to steal something of mine that I had been building over the last 13 years. He apparently filed paperwork with YouTube saying that the name was his, the Auto Auction Rebuilds was his. He changed his Facebook, his Instagram, his YouTube channel, all to Auto Auction Rebuilds Official, right? Official. I'm sorry, man. Listen, I don't know you, but you could never be me, okay? And I could never be you. But I do what I do in a certain way, and that's why people watch the videos. That's why you watch and enjoy my videos, because of who I am. There's something about me that each one of you that watches my videos enjoys watching. You can't put somebody else's face in here. You could not take me out, replace me with another person, and run the channel successfully. 90% of the time, it would never work that way. You can't be me, and you can't take my channel name and inherit all of the success that I created. So it just doesn't work that way. Well, time goes by. I obviously get a hold of the trademark office, the United States Patent and Trademark Office, and I file my own trademark after the fact of him doing his, and he's threatening that YouTube's going to shut me down and all these accounts are going to get closed. And then he goes on to dox me. Now, if you're going to go out looking for the videos, don't bother. He deleted them. We talked. After all these years of not discussing things, we talked. And this is when he started sending me screenshots of conversations that he's had with TK. According to him, these were conversations. Again, I can't verify any of this, but it was compelling. It was definitely compelling. So this guy goes out and doxes me. He posts publicly my address for all my houses, everything, which you can't do that, by the way. That's you can't just go and post people. So then I had to file complaints with YouTube. It was annoying in the sense of, you ever have a mosquito that you just can't You know, like a damn thing's buzzing around, it bites you. You know, and a damn thing keeps biting. It's one fucking mosquito, but you just can't get it. Sucker's quick. You know, he bites you and moves, won't stick around long enough to just, you know, end it. That's the way it was going for me, because it seemed like every time I turned around, this guy was taking little nips at me, but I really just couldn't get anything back. So I got fed up with it, and I decided I was going to do something. And I don't want to show. I've got some aces, okay, not just an ace in the hole. I've got several aces, and this goes for not just Easter World, but also TK's Garage, okay. And I'm going to say right now, I don't want any more drama, but you guys should know the truth about what happened to me, and you can form your own opinion. I'm not saying that everything that Shawn Rose has told me is true about TK. I don't know. I really don't. I said that the stuff that he told me and the things that he showed me was definitely compelling, but it's not proof. You know what I mean? It's just not proof. So I don't know. But then at the same time, I have to sit back and I have to wonder, why would this guy come so hard after me for no reason? Because I wasn't doing anything to him. I hadn't done anything to him. So why was he attacking me so hard? I mean, unless he's crazy, it is almost like maybe somebody kept trying to fan the fire, you know what I mean? Pour gas on the fire. But again, I don't know. So not only did this dude dox me, not only did he try to take my trade name and shut down my YouTube and my Facebook and my Instagram. I mean, this guy went off. He went so far as to show people my criminal record. And I couldn't help but laugh about that, because I haven't been in trouble with the law. It's been 15 plus years, man. It's been a long time, okay? And he came out and told everybody I was a convicted felon, and even showed proof on his screen that I was a convicted felon. The only problem is on his screen, it said right under that I had been charged with a felony, and it was for uttering a bogus check in the amount of $500 for a pickup truck. I paid that check back. Was it okay that the check bounced? No, absolutely not. I take responsibility for the things that I've done. I take responsibility for my actions. Yes, I did write a bogus check. It was not supposed to be bogus when I wrote it, but that's what happened. The check bounced. Well, needless to say, I didn't even know I had a warrant for my arrest over this, and poof, they got me. Turns out I had written a check to the sheriff's son. That's a bad deal. So, yeah, they picked me up. And yes, I went to jail. Yes, I was charged with a felony for uttering a bogus check in the amount of $500 or more, I think is what the crime was. We paid it off. I ended up having to hire a lawyer because they really wanted to come after me over this check. I hired a lawyer. We got the charges dismissed without prejudice, and I paid the check, and of course, court costs and all the other BS that goes along with it. No, I was not on probation, parole. I didn't go to prison, none of that stuff. And the best part is where he showed proof that I had been charged with a felony, right underneath it, it showed that it was dismissed. Literally said dismissed. Then he came out and told everybody that I owed thousands and thousands of dollars to the state of Oklahoma in back taxes. That's an interesting one. Many, many years ago, I did not pay my Oklahoma taxes on time. This is true. And they issued what's called a tax warrant. This is not a go to jail warrant. This is more like an official notice that you did not pay and we're going to take action against you. Okay? As soon as I got the notice, I paid it the same day. And yet again, he shows on camera, look at this. He owes thousands of dollars. Again, right underneath where he showed that I owed all that money, it showed that it didn't say dismissed. There was another word for it. I had paid it. I paid it. So it was released. There was no, and this was many, many, many years ago. He showed that I had some small claims, small judgments from way back in the day against me, a repossession or two against me from way back in the day. And it's like, yeah, I did have some run-ins with the law when I was younger. I sure did. I admit that openly. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, but you could look at my criminal record today. I haven't done anything or gotten in any kind of trouble, nothing, in years and years and years. I'm straight and narrow. I'm clean. That's not the kind of lifestyle I want to live for myself. And then the other question you have to ask is, if I am a convicted felon, and I've been in so much trouble with the law and I've got so many convictions against me, could you explain how it is I have a dealer's license? Because they take felonies seriously out here. Okay, I'm not kidding. Like, getting a dealer's license floor plan account, bond, insurance, all of this stuff with felonies on your record, good luck, man. Good luck. I'm sure it could be done, but good luck. No, I'm not a convicted felon. I've never been convicted of a felony. Yeah, I've made mistakes. I think a lot of us probably have back in the day. We've all done stupid crap. I've done a lot of stuff I didn't get caught for, too. And I'm thankful because I turned my life around. I will never sit here and pretend that I've always been a saint. But what I think is crazy is the same people that are talking this trash about me. Well, when you pay a private investigator to dig into their lives, well, suddenly you find out that these people are throwing stones in a glass house. All right. I told you we were on the verge of doing something really big and it was going to be very public. I wanted to make sure we did this on the channel for you guys because I was tired of getting screwed with. I feel like people just keep screwing with me and I just keep taking it because I don't want to start any problems. I don't want any drama on YouTube. I really don't. All I want to do is make videos about these old ass cars. That's all. I just want to make videos about buying cars, fixing cars, maybe some other crap that I enjoy here and there, some old computer stuff or video games. That's all. I just want to run my channel and be left the fuck alone. Leave me the fuck alone. All right? So I don't come out here looking to start a fight with somebody. But then you got people that are out there just trying to pick a fight with you, man. I'm fed up with it. I'm tired of it. And I'm to the point now where this is the best part about all of this has happened. Okay, this guy, this Easter World, who then took down all the channels that he named after my channel. He took those down and he changed the name to Life's Unpacked. And then out of the clear blue sky, him and TK were having some beef between the two of them. He deleted his channel or hid the channel. I don't know. His channel's gone. Like Easter World is gone. The Life's Unpacked is gone. It's just gone. I don't know what happened. All I know is I asked him, hey, what's going on? He said that I guess him and TK got into a little beef. He doesn't want any problems, so he just turned the channel off. He just shut down. He's done. Which, that's his prerogative. And now that we're at this point, it leaves me just... I'm a very forgiving person. I really try to be. I really do try to be. It's part of my religion. It's part of my religion. But at the same time, you can't just let people walk all over you all the time because once you let that happen, people will keep on walking all over you, okay? So I am now to the point where I don't give a fuck anymore, all right? You fuck with me, we will have some problems, and I will make sure to make everything very, very public, all right? I don't want to do this, but this is the direction I'm going to go from now on because I'm not playing games with people anymore. So let me tell you, even though this has totally screwed things up for me, because we have the issue with I can no longer buy salvage cars because I'm not a rebuilder. I have to have, I'm telling you guys, I've been through so much in the last couple weeks over this. I mean, it's exhausting. I'm not allowed to buy salvage cars anymore unless I get a rebuilder's license, which I'm working on getting, but I don't even know if I'm going to get approved for it. I'm waiting to hear back from the city and the county as to whether they will zone this for commercial car sales so we can open a retail dealership out here instead of a wholesale dealership. So I'm doing my part to transition everything here from the way it is to a rebuilder shop that's licensed and a retail dealership that's licensed, even though I don't want to do it. I have no desire to have multiple business licenses and sell retail cars. All I want to do is make videos. I made some mistakes as a wholesale dealer by selling my cars through Copart. They were being sold to individuals and I thought that was okay. Genuinely, that is my mistake. I did not know I was doing anything wrong. I've been doing this for years and years. Copart, this is how I thought it was working. The cars go to Copart. People are buying the cars from Copart, not from me. Copart can sell to the public. I can't. That's not how it works. Cars are sold through Copart, not to Copart. Big, big difference. I'll own that mistake, and I am in a shit ton of trouble for that. That was a massive mistake. Now, a lot of people have asked me, didn't you give them your wholesale license? Didn't they know you were a wholesale dealer? Yes. Yeah, I had to present them with my wholesale license, and every 2 years, I have to renew my license. And I send them the new copy of the license every 2 years, wholesale only. I don't know if there was just a miscommunication, some kind of mix-up. I don't know what the deal was, but I thought we were all doing things right. Turns out we weren't. Now I'm in a lot of trouble for it. Now that's my fault. Let me tell you what the good thing, there is something good. There is a silver lining in all this here. And that is, I have been threatened by people. I'll be nice and not mention names here. But I have been threatened by people who have threatened to use some of the things in my past against me. People that have threatened to make things public about me. And I never wanted any of this stuff to come out because it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing that I got arrested for a bogus check. So, since Shawn decided to make my life so public, I mean, he's doxed my addresses to all of my houses. He's shown my criminal records. He's literally said and shown everything there is for you guys to know about me, including things that weren't true. Well, so I guess what that means is that the leverage that some other people out there thought that they had over me that they could use against me, well, you don't have that leverage anymore, do you? However, I still have all of my aces because I haven't used a single one, and I'm going to keep them close to the chest. And if I have to, I will come out and I could tell you guys stories about. I could tell you guys a lot of stories. A lot of stories. Stories that are backed up with paperwork. Stories that I paid good money to make sure were validated and could not be contested. But again, that's not the direction I want to go. I'm not looking for a big YouTube fight. At this point, as of today, I'm not being bothered by TK anymore. He was messaging me back and forth for a while. I'm done with that. And to this day, everybody doesn't know why I had beef with TK in the first place. In fact, I'd be willing to bet TK doesn't even know why. I think it's best we leave it all where it lies. You know what they say? Let sleeping dogs lie, I think is what we should do. And I guess you could say that I'm the one digging up bones here, but the intent of this video is to tell all of you what happened. You wanted to know the names, you got the names. I feel so bad that I thought it was Copart, that I was told it was Copart, when in reality, that was not how things went down. If Shawn Rose was really manipulated by TK, I feel really bad for Shawn Rose as well. I don't pretend to understand why people do what they do. I don't want to get into any of the reasons why I had to stop being friends with TK, but we won't get into it, okay? We won't get into it, and hopefully this is the last of it. I'm sure TK is going to make a video. He's going to have something to say about this. That's fine, whatever. You know, it's a free country. YouTube's a great platform. You can say whatever you want, but I thought you guys deserved an honest explanation for why things are the way they are. I'll own my mistakes. My paperwork was not right. Cars were being sold in a way they were not meant to be sold. I made mistakes, and now I'm going to pay for them. Let's not forget that Shawn Rose also called the EPA on me as well. So I had the EPA, Department of Environmental Quality, out here inspecting my entire property. So that was fun. You know, this is a lot to go after somebody that you don't even know if they did anything to you. So if all of this is true, and it's a big if, but if all this is true and TK manipulated this whole situation, wow, man. Wow. So this guy that didn't even know if any of this was true or not did all of this to me, came after me, tried to steal my business name, doxed me, spewed all of my personal private information that I didn't want people to know about. You did all of this to me when you didn't even know if any of it was true. I'm sorry, man, but the blame's on you on that, man. That's on you. Now, full transparency, Shawn has gotten a hold of me. He's apologized repeatedly, so I don't want to make this sound like I'm beating a dead horse here. I don't want to seem like that I'm attacking him or TK. I'm not, because at the end of the day, I know who did what to me, and that's Shawn. Shawn did all of this. He apologized, and while I don't really forgive him because you're literally fucking with my entire way of living here. So I mean, I wish that I could forgive you. I don't have it in me. I don't have it in me to forgive you for doing this to me, not just to me, but to my fiance And to my stepson, I got a fucking child at the house, man, who's trying to do something with his life. And I'm trying to help him get where he needs to be in life. And you're coming trying to take away my business, trying to take away my way of living because you're mad that somebody told you some shit that wasn't true about me? Come on, that's bullshit, man. I could never do something like that. What petty, childish bullshit. Anyway, this is it unless something pops up later. I'm done. But I wanted you guys to know the truth. You wanted the names, you've got the names. But again, I'm going to ask you, please don't jump to conclusions. Don't go and assume that you know things about people because I don't even know. I don't know for sure what really happened. There's only two people that know what really happened, and that is Shawn Rose, also known as Easter World, and TK from TK's Garage. Those are the only two people that know how much of this story is true or false. There's got to be some truth somewhere to all of this, right? The problem is I don't know what it is. This is just what I was told, and I think I'm better off not associating with either one of them, and that's where I want to leave it. So you guys are free to obviously come up with your own conclusions and things like that. I just ask, don't bother anybody, okay? Don't go bother nobody. Leave TK alone. Leave Shawn Rose alone. Don't bother anyone. At the end of the day, we're moving past all of this, and we're going to get back to our regularly scheduled program. And as long as these people leave me the fuck alone, we ain't going to have any more problems, all right? This is the last video I want to make on this. I don't want to deal with this anymore. Let's put it behind us and move forward. With that, I'm going to get out of here. Be sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already subscribed. Hit the thumbs up button if you like the videos. And until next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.